What? Action.
I don't know what that was, but
No, because I was waiting for it to cut. It was just
hold on, like 5 seconds into the third.
yeah, it was like cut. It cut 5 seconds. It took two. It took the thing. But anyway, what's up? Well, what's up, y'all? What's to another episode of the show about nothing? Episode
38.
38.
Woo!
We old in these streets. We old in these streets. 38.
Man, we are 5 episodes more into how old I am.
That's
it. We're like maybe 4 or 5. We're like 4 or 3 episodes into more than this guy.
Yes, but yo, man, we gotta address the elephant in the room.
Huh?
Your colors, man. Last season you had on orange and black. This season you have on red and black. You gotta explain to the people that watch this show what the hell is going on before we get to the free talk. Before we get to
do you know how many times I had to explain myself to people nowadays? I've had to explain myself. Like my family came back from a month-long trip,
right,
in Puerto Rico. They just returned Saturday. My dad sees me with this on. He's like, "What's this? This is not your team." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "That's not your team. That your team is the Bengals." And I'm like, "But I like this team too." It's like, "Nah, I don't work." And then he sees my phone. Who's that? And I'm like, "Oh, that's Baker Mayfield." He's like, "And that's the quarterback of what team?" Like Tampa Bay. Oh, that's your favorite team then.
He got you there. Like,
he did. He caught me on. He kind of caught me.
How y'all think I felt when I saw him? Like, yo, I gotta follow him. I'm like, Le fraud.
Okay, so let me explain what's going on here to the people of America and all that is right in the show about nothing viewership. Okay, so you see the flag behind me, you see the symbol on my hat, you see this, you're wondering, Izzy, where's the stripes at? Where's Joey Bird? Where's Joe Brr at? Where's Uno? Where are we at? Well, I want to take you on. Okay, so long story short, Baker Mayfield. I've been following the dude. I've pretty much said this all over wherever I'm at. I've followed Baker Mayfield pretty much throughout his college and his pro career. All right. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to see what he was going to be able to do with Tampa. And I said when he got signed, they would get at least 10 wins. They'd win the division. I was off by 1 game. They got 9 wins. They won the division. They're in the wild card game tonight versus this man's team right here, which I have to get at you for a second. This man right here tells me I have put away my jerseys. I will not.
I'm gonna explain myself. No, don't aim at me. No, we talking about you and your
team here. I'm with
the team I started with. No. You not gonna sit here and try to get out of your script. You ain't got your stripes on. Stay on your side and talk about what you talk about. I'm gonna talk about what I'm talking about.
No, because this man right here tells me after the Eagles lost to the Giants.
How you gonna put this back on me?
I am retiring this jersey. I am not wearing my jersey. I have thrown it as far into the back.
I did. It was there in the back. I had
he said, I'm throwing this jersey as far into the back of this closet to the point where I hear and then I'll close the door. This man pulls up on Instagram yesterday with a Brian Dawkins jersey, and he's like, "All right, guys, let's go get this win." I'm like, "Hold on,
you goddamn right.
No,
you got to go through you ain't been through nothing. You ain't never been through nothing. That's why you ain't been through nothing. You ain't seen your team. You ain't been through nothing like I've been through stuff. This is a love-hate relationship. You can't break up with this team. No matter how, it's like that girl you love and you know you need to leave, but you just can't leave. She just that thing that you can't get rid of, and that's the Eagles.
Thing that
you just my team. So you had a fallback team. Well, I got somebody, Lena.
Okay, hold on. This man right here. Let me explain something to everybody here. When Joe Burrow got hurt, when he had the season-ending
injury, he jumped ship back to his bank. He jumped to his Buccaneers. I got to follow.
I've been following the Buccaneers since the beginning of the season. I've been riding with Cincinnati for the past 3 years. Okay? Now, don't get it twisted. This man right here that you see right here, we had a discussion about Joe Burrow, and I told him, hey, Burrow's out for the regular season. He's got this season-ending injury to his wrist. Like, he's not playing no more. And he's like, oh, man, well, like, what's going to happen with you? Like, who you rolling with now? And at first, I looked at it, I was like, you know what? I like San Francisco. I like what they got going on.
And what did I say? What did I say?
Oh, geez.
Don't draw a blank now.
I'm drawing a blank right now because you've said a lot.
Now you can't jump on a winning team. You can't jump on a winning team.
But here's the thing though. They were winning. Like I've told everybody, I've followed the 49ers, even though I don't follow them officially, even though I'm not a fan, I still follow them. It's like you watch other teams like the Detroit Lions. I've been following that team. Like Houston, following that team. I'm not a fan of them. I follow them and I like what I'm watching. So of course, yeah, I'm gonna be like, yo, I like what they got going on. So I might keep an eye on them. But Tampa has been a team I have been following since the beginning, since preseason, along with Cincinnati. Right. And unfortunately, Cincinnati, they finished in last place in their division. They got knocked out of the playoffs when they lost to the Chiefs. But here's the thing about Cincinnati. They finished the season above 500 with a 9-8 record. And here's the thing. Cincinnati finished with a 9-8 record above 500 on an off year. You would think a team having an off year, they go 7-10, 6-11, maybe 8-8 at best. They finished 9-8. Their backup quarterback had damn near 2,000 yards passing. Okay. And look, everybody's looking at this team at Cincinnati like, oh, how are they going to keep guys like T. Higgins now? When Joe Burrow, when he got extended, was like he made it to a point where they were going to be able to keep T. Higgins. So I don't want to hear nothing about Cincinnati falling off. Cincinnati will be back. Cincinnati will be back in 2024. I guarantee you. We are going to see the return of the Jedi, a return of the Jedi arc from Joe Burrow. Not my words. Joe Burrow posted he made a post on his Instagram with a picture of him, looking up in his gear or with like one of them like overcoats. And all it said was, sorry for the time missed, return of the Jedi. Okay. So question me on who I roll with. I will tell you right now, it is Cincinnati all the way. But for this moment in time, right now, I got to roll with the hot hand. I got to roll with a team that has won 5 out of the last 6, that has won the NFC South when everybody else looked at them as a 5 to 6 win, maybe 3 win team, a basement dwelling team with a $80 million dead cap that was paying the bill for Tom Brady's contract.
Look here.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to say this. You question why I have this on. You question this.
I question.
Because.
Big question.
Because. I wasn't going to say nothing. But I got to say something. There's a man by the name of Jordan Love who played for a team by the name of the Green Bay Packers, who had a game last night in a city called Dallas, Texas.
Where's you from? Where you reside?
You know what I'm saying? So he went to a place called Jerry's World, aka AT&T Stadium.
Okay.
And went in there and pissed on the star pretty much. The Packers won the toss, got the ball. They marched down that field. Touchdown. Gave Dallas the ball back. They didn't score. They scored again in the throws that Jordan Love was making. They saying he was looking like Aaron Rodgers in that game. I'm like, Jordan Love, is he? I'm like, is he for real? Is he that guy? And he was making throws I've never seen. Like, I think he's a tight end, number 88 for Green Bay. There was a point of the game where nobody's on him. Jordan Love gets hit.
Luke Musgrave.
Well, that's his name. Dude, he
Musgrave,
caught
85. He was wide by himself.
Dude, he was on an island. Dude, he had enough time to set up a tent, catch some food, make a campfire, make some s'mores, go to sleep, wake up, unpack, put it back on the ship, and leave, and still get the touchdown. It was like, bro, like Dallas, like. Then on top of that, Dallas is the 2 seed.
Green Bay
is the 7th seed. No team has ever lost to the 7th seed. I don't know why it does that.
We gotta figure this out because
we gotta have to figure it out. No team has ever lost to the 7th seed since it started. Since they added. So I'm like, first of all, you get humiliated and you break a record that you shouldn't want to be attached to. It's like, okay. And what I think what happened is Dallas went to that thing too cocky. They came in like, yo, because, hey, man, y'all, this the Packers. We gonna annihilate them, and they got annihilated. Dude, Green Bay had it was 41-16. I text him like I always do. I said, bro, if they score again, this game is over.
Yep.
And they scored again, and it was over. My aunt, my mama's sister is a Cowboy fan.
Woo.
My uncle Preston, he's a Niners fan. My mama said, she called my aunt and said, yo, they cut the game off and went to bed. And my thing is this. I remember when Cowboy Nation, because I know you probably watching, y'all having a good time when the Eagles lost to the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
We lost to y'all. We barely beat the Giants the first time. We lost to the Cardinals. We lost to the damn Seahawks. We lost to the Giants again. Y'all was having a great time. Laughing. Now, the same thing that made you laugh made you cry. How does it feel to be on the receiving end? Now, I told people, it don't matter if the Eagles win tonight. If win or lose, y'all are not in it. And y'all lost in humiliating fashion. Y'all are undefeated at home.
They were 16-0 at home. But here's an interesting fact. The Green Bay Packers. Green Bay. They are 6-0 in Jerry's world.
6. And I was the guy saying
Aaron Jones, number 33, the running back. Do you want to know how much he averages when he plays the Cowboys?
How much?
123 yards and 6 touchdowns.
This dude had 3 in this game.
He finished the game with 115 and 3 touchdowns on the ground.
I don't know. And I'm like this. I'm not Stephen A. I'm not Shannon. I'm not I like to troll Cowboy fan. I talk my trash yesterday on Facebook. But my thing is this. Why, when it comes to Dak threw a picks, he threw 2 picks and 1 was to the house. So you didn't throw no picks. I mean, he did. I think he had like 8 this season. If you could,
he had 8. He said he was not going to throw. He was not going to throw. He was going to have 10 or less interceptions, and he stayed true to that. I'll give him that. True to that. But this man throws 2 interceptions. Now the first one that Jair Alexander caught. I'm not going to lie. I watched the footage. I was watching Get Up before we got on the show, and I even sent this man like the videos I was watching, and I'm watching Dan Orlovsky break it down. Dan Orlovsky breaks it down to the point where like he shows on the first interception that Jair picked off, CeeDee Lamb was wide open on a corner route. But Dak was so focused on Brandon Cook in that inside corner route that he basically telegraphed it to Jair, and Jair was able to make a play.
Look,
the second one that Darnell Savage took to the house, Dak, he telegraphed it. He basically highlighted who he was going to throw to. He tried to force it in to, I believe, Gallup. And then Darnell Savage was able to jump the route and take it to the house.
My thing is this with Cowboy fans. Like, and they say this is the most, they say this is the most embarrassing loss. And I told my mama this morning, like, yo, Ma, the Eagles lost. I told Izzy this. I said, yeah, I'm fine with losing games during the season where you can bounce back. You can lose 2 games and go on the stretch and win out and win the rest of your games. It's cool. You can do that. But what Shannon said, when that defense ain't getting scoop and scores and they ain't getting pick sixes, that they showed you. The defense was looking ridiculous. The Cowboys are the most penalized team. They was getting penalties on almost every play. So I'm looking at it like this. Y'all good in the regular season. Y'all fans, it's like they take their fans on a high. They get so high. Then moments like this, y'all mad. You know what I'm saying? At least the Eagles, they lost in terrible fashion, but still, we could come back now. It's like today, this could be a bounce back.
Yep.
I don't care about going to the Super Bowl right now. If we can get past a wild card and get to Detroit, I'm fine. And
I'm gonna say this:
Baker Mayfield may not be playing, so I don't know what's going on.
He's playing. He's been listed as questionable, but he's full go. He's gonna be playing tonight.
So I'm like this. I can get past this and get to Detroit. Then see what happens. I'm really like, this is every year. We see they didn't even get past the wild card round.
Bruh. Normally they get to the divisionals and that's when they flop. But bro, what?
You fly, you didn't even get your foot through the door. I'm like, so you lost when it mattered. I mean, like we lost, like I said, we still in the Eagles. We was gonna get the playoffs regardless. So it really didn't matter that much. It is where you're placed. But you had the 2 seed. You had a home game. But look at you. It's like it's like I ain't even know Cowboy fan. I'm like, man, that's the Giants, not the Giants, the Packers came in and owned y'all. Like then they said, okay, then they try to come back, but to come back, they said they would need 2 touchdowns and two two-point conversions. Yep. So that would mean they would have to get an onside kick twice. Which wasn't going to happen.
One of them nearly happened, but like they just weren't quick enough to the ball.
No, and like, yeah, they wasn't going to win that game. It was so bad. They like, Jordan, get back in the game. Aaron, get back in. Bro, they may come back. Like,
bro, it was so wild. It was so wild to me watching that game.
You know what? Before you say that, I did not see the Green Bay Packers doing that. I'm like, all right, Cowboys probably gonna stomp them. They probably gonna do what they do. I'm like,
bro, for me, I legit looked at Green Bay and I looked at this matchup and I was like, I will give Green Bay this. They'll probably give them a fight. They'll probably put up at least 14. They'll probably get like two, maybe 3 tutties. They'll make it interesting, but I think Dallas is going to be able to like take care of business at home. Here's the thing. And again, like I said, I watched Get Up this morning. Dan Orlovsky brought this up. Like he said this on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. He said this. He was like, I got made fun of this. I got made fun for saying this. But he's like, Dallas was weak against play action and against motion. And we saw motion and play action being utilized against Dallas. They faked like they were going to go against Micah Parsons. Jordan Love would go the opposite way, and you would have nothing but free space in the middle.
Dude, on an island. Like he left Buddy on dude. He was out there with Gil and the professor and Marianne. The millionaire and his wife, the movie star. He was on Gilligan's Island.
Bruh. I'm gonna like it, Cowboys fans. I have to. It's like
no. Say nothing. No, say look at that. Look at all that real estate,
bro. That real estate right there.
Look at all that? Nobody,
bro. Like,
I want y'all to really zoom in and look. Look at that.
Bro.
Ain't nobody there. And then Jordan Love got hit at the same. So I think he got a roughing call too, didn't he?
I think he got a roughing the passer call, but I don't think it was on that play.
Okay, but still, to get that play off is amazing. And two, to hit him like that. Come on.
Bro, I'm going to say this. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, if I'm Jerry Jones,
what do you do right now?
If I'm management, if I'm whoever, there's no way you could run this back. There's no way you could look at Dallas and look at who they have on staff and as a coach and be like, yo, like, we're confident enough. There's no way. Because what we saw yesterday, yes, you had one of the best regular seasons. Like, you were undefeated at home. You led in takeaways. You led with points and all this other stuff. Here's the situation, though. This team, this Cowboys team, is known for championship pedigree. Jimmy Johnson, friggin' Deion Sanders, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, the original 88.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Des Bryant, who's the one? Michael Irvin.
Tony Dorsett, but
that's championship pedigree. And here's the thing: when you come into the office, and I saw Michael Irvin. He posted a video on X after the game, and he was pissed. This man said when he walked in the building, they took one of the championships that they had won, one of the trophies, and put it on the table to give him an idea of what that team was all about. And guess what? A lot of those guys, either they're just busy trying to build a personal accolade, they're trying to get their brand figured out or whatever, but a lot of these guys don't get the weight of what the Dallas Cowboys.
You know what I think it is too?
What is it?
I think one of the things where I feel like this, they made it such a lure, if I can use that word.
A lure?
Because, look, they're undefeated at home. They're unbeaten at home. Oh, my gosh, the spectacle. They're not, and they were. And I said, how Izzy told me all those close games the Eagles had, all those a win game, gonna come back and bite you in the butt.
Oh, yeah.
Out, and it ran out when it mattered the most.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's like I knew, because shout out to my homie Kid Phantom, my boy Anthony, Blurred Spot Podcast.
Oh, yeah, go check it out, Blurred Spot.
My man was like, yo, Green Bay got this game. I said, nah, I mean, if you would have said this with Aaron Rodgers, oh, you got me.
Bro,
that boy Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers Jr., the heir apparent, the second coming of Aaron Rodgers, the man that went and beat the Bears twice. He went to Dallas on his first run.
That boy right there, yeah.
On his first run, his first season, first year starting, went into Dallas. Arlington, went to Jerry's World at AT&T Stadium and owned the Cowboys.
Bro,
it's and they could have put 50 on them if they wanted to.
Most definitely they could have.
They could have dropped 60 if they wanted, if they really turned up. And I don't think, and it's like there was points where Dak was looking at CD like, bruh, like how you drop that? Like, bro, I think it was let
me go ahead and speak on that. Can I speak on that for a second?
Go ahead, do your thing, man.
Okay. So I'm watching this game.
You watching the game.
The one thing I keep on hearing on the broadcast is, I don't know about you, but just something feels off about Dak and with CD. It's like before you would see them making these throws and making these catches and the connection would always be there, but I don't know, just something feels like off. Like something is off.
Like Jalen and AJ Brown.
Like I don't know. I couldn't put my finger on it. I really couldn't put my finger on it. Why there was such a disconnect all of a sudden. But I feel like Dak felt the pressure.
Of what?
He felt pressure early. They were down 7. And I guess he felt pressure early to try and make something happen.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Let me counter you on what you're about to say. Okay. So you felt pressure here when they've been down before and came back and won games. We've seen them come back and win games where we should have thought they was going to lose. They came back. We've seen them do it. Right. We've seen them march downfield and win games. So what's different about this? So what's different? Like, what's the excuse now?
I guess it was the shock of like, this is a young team. This is their first time in the playoffs. We are a playoff pedigree, Super Bowl contending style team. Like we have what it takes to dominate. But I guess the age old saying that I believe it was Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan to punch in the mouth. Dallas got punched in the mouth. They got stumbled. And then when they tried to return with fire, they shot a blank. Green Bay got the ball, went down the field, and scored again. They scored on 3 straight possessions.
Dude, they were scoring at will. Like they were like, stop us. You can't.
Bro, on average, Green Bay was on average during the season. Green Bay would average 4.3 yards per carry, right? On first down alone. Right. On first down in this game, they were averaging 9.5 yards, which means on second down, it was literally 2nd and 1 or 2nd and inches. This is how crazy it was. Dan Quinn is a fantastic defensive coordinator. Like he's going to become a head coach. I think he'll get a head coaching position. And I believe from what I've read just a few minutes ago, like he's going to get interviewed by a couple of teams this week.
Right.
But here's the thing. This man was calling plays on defense where he had 6 defensive backs on first down when they knew Green Bay was going to run the ball. Even when they loaded the box, Green Bay was finding holes in the offensive line, and they were averaging like
time out. Can we talk about that throw that he made in on first and goal when it was like, ain't no way he gonna get the, and he just Patrick Mahomes, and I don't know how. First, I don't know how he.
Are we talking about the fourth down throw he made to score a touchdown?
Yeah, the one where it was fourth and goal.
It was 4th and goal, bro. It was 4th and goal. Pocket collapse. He pocket collapses. This man ekes out and sidearms it, and you just see Jalen Reed or Romeo Dobbs, 1 and 2, just takes.
There was 3 defenders. I'm like, that's gonna get picked off. I'm like, I thought it got picked off because the way the dude fell. I'm like, oh, and they were like Jordan Love, you are future GOAT, my boy. Bro, I'm like this.
Jordan Love.
Then we're gonna move to the.
Bro, let me tell you about Jordan Love.
We're gonna talk about.
Let me tell you about.
Hold on. I really think Dallas slept on Green Bay. I thought I say this about Cowboy fans all the time. You probably heard this thing. I say this a lot. Green Bay, Cowboy fans start counting money before they get it. Like they start spending money in their head before they get it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like saying, yo, Jordan, you're gonna get somebody gonna be sending you, you're gonna be getting like, say, $25,000, right? Ooh, and in your mind, you spending in your head how much you gonna get.
Yep.
But then you realize they say, okay, Fanatic, they gonna say we all be on Fanatic. Fanatic gonna gift you $25,000. In your head, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that, I'm gonna pay off this. But then you get the 25, it's $25,000 in Fanatic's cash.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I thought I was gonna get 25. Yeah, you got $25,000 credit.
But only in this, only for to use on
this.
Us. Yeah.
But no, we're not giving you. I feel like that's what Cowboys fans did. Because at the start of the season, Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. I got a partner. He said, yo, next week we go to the Super Bowl this. Like, do you know you got to play? You don't know who's showing up in this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know what I say? Like, what is? And now I'm hearing like a lot of I heard they're gonna be losing a lot of their players in the offseason.
Bro.
And I'm like, and Michael Parsons talking crazy, like, yo, if such and such league, he may take me with him. You say that because you think you're gonna win and he ain't going nowhere. Now, damn, we lost. Oh, snap, I was just kidding, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all was spending money before y'all spend it. Y'all spending so much time laughing at us that you forgot about yourself. Bro, like I said on Twitter, I said, everybody making fun of Eagles. Just know the same thing that can happen to your team that happened to us. Stay humble. And look what happened. Now you sitting there with your jaws tight, with your lips poked out, pissed. But
y'all let Jordan Love come into AT&T Stadium.
And what'd he do?
16 of 21.
16 of 21.
Which is, he missed 5 passes in the entire game.
There's still passes I saw in that game where I don't know how he made them. I don't know.
Look.
Because he hit him on the same play twice. It was like a slant route. And I think Dobbs, he cut right and he hit him. And then he hit the other dude on the island the same way, on the same kind of play. Twice.
Bro.
How do you hit the same person on the same play twice? That remind me of the year, was it Atlanta? It was 2000. I think it was Dak's second year. He was playing Atlanta. And the dude kept getting sacking Dak on the same play. He got him the same way. Like, and Shannon, like, how you get hit on the same, they running the same play, you keep getting hit every time. Like, they hit you twice with the same play. Just different players.
Bruh.
But go ahead, finish. Tell him what else he did.
16 to 21.
16 to 21.
272 yards passing.
Right.
76.2 completion percentage.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 13 yards per pass.
Ooh.
3 tutties.
3 of them things.
No interceptions.
None.
He had a rating, a QBR of 99.3. And he finished the day with a 158.3 perfect passer rating.
Insane, bro.
But you want to know who else had a very insane game?
Who?
You want to know who had a game that I was very, very happy to watch?
Who you talking?
Texas is the only team that matters in Texas.
CJ Stroud. That boy. Let me tell you something. I'm so proud of him.
Let me say this before you start.
Go ahead.
Cleveland, you guys beat Houston earlier in the year, but you didn't do it when CJ Stroud was playing. You caught Houston lacking because CJ was in concussion protocol.
Right.
That was cute. I wanted to see if you guys could bring that same energy when CJ Stroud was playing. And y'all did for a quarter. But what happened afterwards?
Yep.
Talk to him.
CJ Stroud, I'm so proud of him because this is CJ Stroud I wanted to see at Ohio State. He showed glimpses of this. But now, like, he really, This is who I am. This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? All glory to God for this kid. His dude is like
this man puts God first in everything that he
does. And that's why he's great. It's like he's doing things like now who they play, they either play Buffalo or
depending on the ending, so depending on how this game plays between Buffalo and Pittsburgh today.
Right.
If Buffalo wins, Houston goes to Baltimore and they play the Ravens. If the Steelers win, the Steelers will go to Baltimore and play the Ravens, and then Houston will play Kansas City in Arrowhead.
Look,
I'm gonna say this right now. If Buffalo does what I think they should do and win versus Pittsburgh, like if they beat Pittsburgh in this wild card round, like I believe they should,
right?
And Houston has to play Baltimore in the divisionals. I know Houston played Baltimore week 1, and Baltimore won that game handedly.
Right?
I believe, when they played Baltimore week 1, Baltimore won that game 25-9.
Right.
I'm looking at this Houston Texans team and how they handled business versus Cleveland. I legitimately think that Houston has a shot at upsetting the Ravens in Baltimore. I really believe it.
Look, I agree. I feel like if Houston, it's like if the Eagles don't go, I'm pulling for Houston.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, it's either gonna be Houston or the Ravens. But if from now that the Cowboys are out, they're out my head looking at it like this. If the Niners, if some way, somehow, Green Bay beats the Niners,
that
everything, I'm gonna have so many words for them. Cause
you're gonna have so many words. I'm gonna have many words because I said this earlier in the year.
No, but the reason I'm saying is because Debo been doing a lot of this all season.
Oh,
they got their lick back on the Eagles, but then it's the after talking. That's what it gets me. Like, bro, you still talking about the Eagles. Y'all looking at us lose all week like Green Bay can't spank y'all. Bruh. Y'all can lose the same way the Cowboys lost.
Bruh, matter of fact, I'm going to say this right now. You talk about how Debo he been talking, right?
Big time.
Okay, so he was featured on Kay Adams' show.
Right.
He was on Kay Adams' show this past week.
Right.
And Kay Adams did this thing where it was like one word to associate with each playoff team in the wild card, right?
Right.
And there was let me see if I can find it real quick because the words that he used. I believe he said for Green Bay was scary. I think Green Bay was scary. LA was sneaky. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Because when I saw it, I was like, he called it. He called it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I know I talked about it. Here it is. So Debo Samuels had one word for each team that was in the wild card on the NFC side.
Right.
For Green Bay, he called them sneaky. For the Rams, scary.
Okay.
For the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he called them physical. And for the Detroit Lions, he called them explosive. Do you know what he had to say about the Cowboys and your Eagles?
What he had to say? Crickets. Those crickets, right?
Yep.
See, Debo, let me talk to you real quick, player.
Oh, and one more thing that I just noticed. Pay attention. Because you see the hashtags, right? And you see how the logos are there.
Yeah.
Whose logos are missing right now?
Oh, the Eagles are there. The Cowboys ain't there.
No. Whoever gets knocked out the playoff, their logo goes bye-bye.
Cowboys is gone. How that's funny.
But yeah, go ahead. Speaking of pieces of
this, Debo, you doing too much of this. You doing too much of this. You're doing a lot of this. You're doing a lot of this. Like, dude, bro, people gonna be on. You better hope y'all bring the funk on to Green Bay. Because if you don't and y'all lose and y'all the 1 seed, y'all done had like 3 years of rest up. Yeah, if y'all don't come in this game balling, if y'all lose, like I said, it don't matter if the Eagles win. We could go to Detroit. We can go to Detroit and lose. But still, if we lose and y'all lose, you can't say nothing. You did a lot of talking. You look here. On the bright side, I put it like this: if it's for for the football guys, they let it be Detroit and Packers. Think about what I just said. If it's Detroit and the Packers, I'm going for Detroit.
Oh,
why?
Boy,
hold on. Let me explain why.
Talk to him.
Because one, I don't have a hate for Detroit. I don't have a belief in Detroit. That was my thing. I'm like, dude, it's Detroit. Ever since I was in high, let me explain. And we talked about it, but I'm saying, ever since I was a kid, it's like nobody paid attention to Detroit. Nobody wanted to get drafted to Detroit. They were a joke. But now I don't know what switched in that city, but they looking good. Now
they're looking damn good.
They looked good last year. They gave Eagles a fight.
Bro, I tried to tell you.
You did.
I tried to warn you. If you paid attention to the Detroit Lions by the end of the season, when they played Green Bay in Lambeau, last game of the season, and they won, it was Green Bay's one and only shot to make the playoffs, and Detroit won that game.
And then they came back and busted up on
Kansas City.
But here's my thing.
Won the very first game of the season on a Thursday night. This team went to Arrowhead on ring night, banner night, celebration time, and they took care of the Chiefs.
And I'm gonna say this, and I say all that, and we say this to say, I'm looking like I'm being corrected. Okay, Detroit, all right now, all right, but still, if we playing my Eagles, you know, it's like, yo, Detroit doesn't know love. But if y'all beat us, cool. But if it ends up being Detroit versus the Packers, then on this side you got the Houston, and if somehow CJ Stroud, year one, gets his team to a Super Bowl, that's going to be insane. Because it's two cities, like, it's like
two cities, both looking for
throw the Niners aside. They're a dynasty. They're already a dynasty. Green Bay, y'all a dynasty. Y'all got championships. How many champions you gotta have to be considered a dynasty?
Actually, no. They've only won
2. So someone of it, but y'all got it.
They've only won. I think they
won one with Favre and they won one with Rodgers.
And guess what? It's been about a close to a decade or so that they've won.
Yep. And so for a team like Detroit to go to a Super Bowl and a team like Houston to go, I'm like, all right. These are 2 very, very, very important games. But on this side, I'm like, all right. If it come down to the Detroit and Houston, one half of me like, I want CJ to get that joint, but on this side, Detroit, you may not come back to this. So you better get it while you can. Because over here, CJ Stroud, he got years upon years upon years upon years.
I think, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I think Detroit, I think their window is wide open, even if they were to go all the way and lose.
Think so?
I believe so. Because the way that they've built this team, the way that they've been able to handle pretty much the growth from the adversity that this team went through. Like, Dan Campbell has done such an amazing job with Detroit. I mean, what they did last night versus LA and a returning Matt Stafford, like, it was a shootout. It was basically a heavyweight fight back and forth. But Detroit's defense, like, they clamped down, they adjusted, and they were able, like, bro, you're talking about LA with Matt Stafford. They got to the end, they got to the red zone on 3 straight occasions. And 3 straight occasions, 3 straight times, the Detroit defense shut them down, held them to nothing but field goals.
And how you say Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra, however you say his name. He was going off. Like, everybody on the line was going off.
Jameson Williams. Freaking David Montgomery was going crazy.
You know what? You know how I feel bad.
Jahmyr Gibbs was going crazy. Sam Laporta was going crazy.
But you know how I feel bad for? What's my man who played for the Saints now? He had 17 touchdowns and he had nothing this year. And to see your team, like
Jamal Williams.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you look like when I leave, that's when y'all turn up.
Bruh, the thing is though, like, I really wish that Detroit would have kept Jamal Williams, but when they picked up David Montgomery in free agency, I kind of figured that he wasn't going to be coming back. And also they had just drafted Jahmyr Gibbs as well. So it was like they had the 1-2 punch already. So I can understand why they didn't keep him and why they let him walk. But bro, imagine Jamal Williams with the type of energy he brings to the table. And then him with Jahmyr Gibbs, or if Jahmyr wasn't drafted, him and David Montgomery as a 1-2 combination. Those two would have been feasting on.
And and we're gonna switch gears. And you know what's so special about? You know what's gonna be special about Detroit versus Eagles game? You know why it's special? Swift and CJ.
Oh, they're playing their set. They're playing.
So it's like, and you know, that's a big. But then again, Baker had never made it this far into a playoff before either. So it's like,
no, yes.
With who? Like this deep into a playoff?
He, like, the 2020 season when he was with Cleveland. Like, when he was with the Browns back in 2020, they had to win to get into the playoffs, and it was against Pittsburgh, and they won that game. So they got in through the wild card, and they played Pittsburgh in the wild card round in Pittsburgh, and they pretty much won that game. It was pretty much the defense was going crazy, and Baker went crazy. Like, they ended up going all the way to Kansas City in the divisional round, and they only lost by 4.
And I say this.
So Baker's won a playoff game on the road before. This will be his first time hosting a playoff game.
Look, I feel like this. This the kind of stuff we look at like, yo, man, this is what legends are made. Like, I know what my quarterback can do. I know what Jalen can do. I mean, like, I just need them to do what they've been doing. Like, all right, don't do nothing fancy. Just keep doing what you was doing. That's what I don't like about football. They switch it up too much. They do too much switching. Like, dude, like, I know they're probably gonna run the ball a lot this game. And I think Tampa's gonna be prepared for the run, and they're gonna surprise them with some passing. Like, I thought they're gonna probably do some stuff. But I'm like, I feel like it's one of them things. Like, I really don't, like I said, it's like, man, like, it's like we gonna see. Like, I'm ready for all this. But other than that, man. Except the USFL, what is it called now? The USXFL, what is it called?
The UFL.
UFL, like, yeah. I think they're doing a draft right now. I saw something on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw something like that too. But
so how do you feel about the merger now? How do you feel about that? Like,
There are several teams that they should have brought back as well. Like they left out a couple of teams that I think were fan favorites.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited to see how it does.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm excited to see how the UFL goes once spring football starts up. I want to see exactly how the merger plays out and how successful it's going to be. And for me, I'm looking at it like depending on the success of this, of this season going into next year. I just want to see if they're going to bring back several teams that they left out. Because I really believe they missed an opportunity like to expand. And there are some teams on the West Coast that they should have brought back. Like Seattle was one team that they should have brought back into the fold because Seattle was a widely popular team.
Oh yeah.
The XFL.
Sea Dragon.
Like Seattle, like that team should have been brought back into the fold. I'm kind of upset that they didn't bring them. But I'm interested to see how this all shakes out. I'm looking forward to it.
I want to see what I may go to a game. I may see if my mom want to go to a game.
Oh yeah, because y'all have Arlington, right?
Yeah,
the Renegades. They'll be playing this, and then
like I said, I'll follow them. Like yo, these are pretty good. Like
bro, how is it the Arlington Renegades won a title before the Cowboys?
You know what? You ain't no good. You ain't no good. We made jokes about that too. Like we made jokes about that. Me and the boy Drew. Shout out to my man Drew. Like we made jokes about that. Like I just feel like when it comes to Texas, like when it comes to teams like that, like yo man, you just learn to deal with it. Like I said, man, like, and they get mad when they see me and stuff like this. Like yo man, my team in the 3 and went to 3, 1-1, but still like, hey, as long as you get there, right?
Bruh, like I've talked about, I've me being a Bengals fan, although the gear says otherwise, I've been repping Cincinnati for the past 3 years or whatever.
Yes.
And I've had to pretty much put some Browns fans in their place because the Browns fans were
popular. Oh, before you say that, are the Browns fans as rabid as Cowboy fans?
I don't want to say yes because for Browns fans, the only time that they got rabid, the only time that they got like vocal and active was when Deshaun came around, and like they were all pretty much trying to, tell everybody that Deshaun was going to take him to the promised land and that he was going to be better than Baker and whatever. But like, Deshaun has that shoulder injury. He's out for the season. Then they have their rookie quarterback, Dorian Robinson Thompson. DTR went DTR, and then he got hurt, and then they went after Flacco, and Flacco took him on a run. So like they make the playoffs, and they're like, "Yo, this defense is gonna go crazy. Like we're gonna XYZ, we're gonna shut them down." But then like they get shut. Like, bro, my thing is this, and again, I'm gonna state this from earlier. Yes, the Cincinnati Bengals finished in last place, 9-8, above 500. That's a bad year. We finished above 500 on a bad season. But here's the thing. I saw this post from a Browns fan that was talking about like he kind of listed the years that the Bengals finished in last place.
Right.
But yet, if you look at the list of like the division winners in the AFC North within the past 10 seasons, tell me where you find the Browns.
Where you find them?
Nowhere. Because in the last 10 seasons in the AFC North, Steelers have 4 AFC titles, and the Ravens and the Bengals have 3 AFC North titles.
Right. And the reason I asked that question was I wear this, I get the dirtiest looks in the city. I get the dirtiest look. But then it's hard that wild card, no pun intended. I meet an Eagles fan And all under jersey, dabbing or hugging out, like, yo, talk for a little bit. Like, yo, it's really like Bloods versus Crips in these streets. Like, yo, like, you get caught lagging. Like, hey, man, hey.
Bro, I wore this in public today, and I had someone tell me, hey, bro, I dig the shirt. And I'm like, hey, man, appreciate it. But, like, I get it, though. Like, Cowboys, Eagles, that's like the biggest rivalry right now. But here's the thing, though. Who has the bragging rights? Who really has bragging rights within this?
To be honest, the Cowboys, they really want to throw their weight. Like, oh, we got 5 rings, but those got dust on them.
Okay, I hate that argument. I hate this argument so
much. But let me tell you something. They don't say that to me anymore. Like 10 years ago, that was they go to. But now they can't say that. They don't say anything. They can't use them. Like,
but let me speak on this real quick, and then we're gonna go to the breaking news that just popped.
All right.
There's an argument that I hate so much, and it's the whole thing of like, oh, how many championships do you have, or how many rings y'all got? It doesn't matter. If you have not won in the last 10 years, if you have not won in the last 10 seasons, if you have not made a championship, like an AFC or an NFC championship game in the last 10 years or 5 years, I don't want to hear about your old championships that are collecting dust and are rusted and are full of cobwebs on the shelf in your office. I don't want to hear about that. Because until you can show me that you are able to compete on the highest level consistently and win again, Cincinnati, yes, were they not great for so many years? Of course, they were in last place. But guess what? 2021, they win the AFC North. AFC Championship game. They beat Kansas City, and they go to a Super Bowl. 2022,
talk to them.
North again. And they go to an AFC Championship game again. And then this year was a down year. But you didn't win the division title. You didn't even get past the wild card round. All your old titles, all of your old championships are from 1964 or 46.
The most recent one y'all got is from 96. That's the recent one. That's the most recent one. That's the newest one. But then
bro,
I'm gonna let you have the floor. Hold on.
Okay.
Then you got a video of DeMarcus Lawrence when he got inducted to the Ring of Honor, walking past the championships, laughing. Like, dude, you weren't even a part of that team when they won. You left and went to Denver and got a ring, but you come back to Dallas like you did something. DeMarcus, come on. I mean, DeMarcus Ware. I'm sorry, DeMarcus Ware.
But this is my thing, though.
What are you doing?
Here's my thing, though. And this is the thing. Cleveland.
Talk to him.
Dog Pound. I love you guys. My heart was with you guys, and I followed with you guys, and I was rolling with you guys. But here's the thing. Y'all get one wild card win. Y'all go to a divisional round, and y'all think y'all are owed a title. You think y'all are owed. Y'all haven't put the work in like that. Like, again, I'm going to say it again. Y'all went to the wild card round. Congratulations. Y'all got smoked by Houston. And that is the furthest you have gotten thus far. No, that's the furthest you've gotten thus far in recent years. Besides 2020, besides the Panini season, as my co-host likes to call it, Baker Mayfield got y'all to the divisional round, cracks his shoulder week 2 the following year, plays hurt, and then as a thank you note, y'all send him off to Carolina where you thought his career was just going to flounder off and die. And now he's in a wild card game tonight versus Philadelphia with a chance to move on and play Detroit. You guys went to Houston and got smoked. And there's pictures of your quarterback, your franchise guy, stank facing the guy that replaced him.
Look,
like,
I'm gonna get like this
level here.
When it comes, then we're gonna talk about that. When it comes to saying, "Oh, my team had old rings," you don't hear Niners fans saying that. You don't hear Patriots fans saying that. You don't hear any other team fans saying that but Dallas. And you wonder why people pick on y'all. People that brag about old rings are like that guy who still brags about the girl he used to date back in high school. I mean, me and her used to date back when see her, man, yo, see this girl right here. We used to talk back when I was, back when I was in school, man, back in 2009, we used to talk, man. Like,
Bruh.
You brag her, I used to be the captain of the football team back in 2015. You still brag about high school shit?
Bruh, it's not even that. It's like the people that brag about old titles or whatever, that's like
brag about something you did when you was a kid.
No, it's not even that. It's like,
what is it then?
It's like to me, that's like being like the loudest guy in the room is not often the toughest.
Shoot, the loudest dude in the I'm more I think Andrew Schultz said it best. I'm not scared of the loudest dude in the room. The dude that's barking all. I'm not scared of that dude. I'm more terrified of the dude like, yo, man, let me holler at you outside. Let's step out. I'm scared of that guy.
And guess what?
That dude like, yo. And guess you don't know what's gonna happen when you walk out that door.
And guess what? There are a couple of teams right now that are exactly that guy, the one that's gonna take the
Lions. Because if you think about it, the Lions got hold in that Cowboy game. And the Cowboys fans are really bragging about that.
Actually, there's a couple of guys that I know that are Cowboys fans, and they actually admitted it to me. They were like, yeah, we shouldn't have won that game versus Detroit.
And then Detroit goes on to win, and y'all going to lose. But breaking news. Then we're going to get up out of here.
Breaking news.
What's the breaking news, my man?
USC quarterback Caleb Williams will enter the NFL draft. Source tells Peter Thamel. He is a consensus #1 overall pick per Mel Kiper.
You think he gonna? They say he's gonna be a first-round pick. I mean, a first-round first pick. Do you think they gonna all the nonsense he's stirred up? Because I gotta say, I
honestly, I don't even know if he said all that.
I hope not. But true.
It's like like all this reporting, all these things are coming out of him saying, "Yo, I don't want to go to Chicago if they got the first overall pick. I don't want to do X, Y, Z." Like, if it comes out that he actually said all this and it's true, then his draft stock could tank a little bit. But if
I don't want him to go to the Bears. I have a little faith. I have faith in Justin. I feel like if they can find a way to get Marvin Harrison, if they could get him, if he goes like, yo, I don't know who the GM, who the coach, like, yo,
brand new GM too,
like, yo, he goes to the GM like, yo, look, just get me Marvin Harrison. If I will get me him, and I can do this, just get me him.
And the thing is, though, like, Justin didn't have, like, the Chicago Bears, they started off in a weird spot. Like, they weren't great this past, like, to start off the season, but Justin played pretty freaking phenomenal towards the end of the year. Like, he showed y'all what he's capable of being as a quarterback for them. I mean, let me see what his stat line right now. 2,500 yards, 16 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. And he finished with a rating of 86.3. And I believe his QBR for the year was 46.1.
Right.
But like, you have to look at the situation. Justin gets a bad rep in Chicago because of his quality of play. But yeah, you have to look at the circumstances that he was in. Like, he didn't have a solid head coach, didn't have a lot of weapons around him. Like, he wasn't in an environment that he wasn't able to succeed in. Like, the offensive line wasn't able to protect them, so he had to try and make up plays as they went.
Yep.
And now the Bears are building with all these picks that they've gotten. You know, they have the first overall pick plus a few other picks as well, thanks to Carolina. And also, like, the way that they've been able to build throughout the draft and the way they've been able to pick up people in free agency, they're building a team that's going to be contending. They're building a contending team. Like, the defense turned it up to where, like, they were averaging about 14, 15 takeaways. They had 14 or 15 takeaways in a span of 4 to 6 games.
Yep.
So the team is is moving in a better direction. The thing is, like, if I'm management, I'm looking at Justin and I'm giving him one more shake. Like, I'm giving him one more shot, and I'm doing everything that I can to be like, yo, let me get him some weapons. Let me get him a Marvin Harrison. Or let me get
I give him one more shot, one more opportunity. All right, cool. We're gonna get you this. And if they can get Marvin Harrison,
and they can get a competent, if they can get a Marvin Harrison, and they can get an offensive coordinator that can bring out his strengths, like for real, bring out his strengths, because you know he can run. He's very mobile. He can get you yards on the ground and through the air. Like, they just need someone.
I'm gonna tell you this. They need to pull a finesse move like the Eagles did and get them an AJ Brown, get a Mike Evans, get something for him.
See, here's the thing with Mike Evans, and I know we threw his name out in the wind last year, whatever.
No, that was 2 weeks ago. That was a few weeks ago.
No, that was last week. Yeah. You asked me about CJ Stroud. Because you brought up the point. You were like, if the Texans could pull a running back or a wide receiver, who would you bring to the table? And I was like, there's two names I could bring up. One's in Tampa, one's in Cincinnati. And I was like, it could be either T. Higgins or Mike Evans. But the thing is, though, T. Higgins, I think he's going to be signed. He'll re-sign with Cincinnati. Mike Evans, I think Jason Light will find a way to re-sign him to a deal as well, because the cap situation is going to be better. They'll have money to play with. So I think they'll be able to bring Mike Evans back into the fold. And, him along with Baker being re-signed, with Canales coming back as offensive coordinator for a second year. I really believe that Tampa Bay's offense could take off and really become something a little more. They could really mature into like what I believe they could be, what they were trying to accomplish this year. But My thing is this, with Justin Fields, I mean, on the ground, rushing wise, this man was averaging 5.3 yards per carry. He had 657 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns on his name. The following season, he had 1,000 yards rushing. He averaged 7.1 yards per carry, and he had 8 touchdowns to his name. Like, this man can get you yards on the ground. This man can get you yards through the air. You don't want to miss out on an opportunity. And let's say the Bears, they decide to trade him off, to trade Justin Fields off, and they want to go draft another quarterback. There is no guarantee that them drafting one of these quarterbacks like Caleb Williams or Drake May, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix Jr., like, there's no guarantee that these guys, or Bo Nix, like, there's no guarantee that
you got to get a plug to the system. It ain't going. He already here, so it's like,
he's already plugged into the system. But like, my thing is this: like, if you trade off Justin Fields,
you're stupid.
You trade him off, and you draft a quarterback. What's to say that you guys could find a CJ Stroud as type of quarterback, or a Bryce Young type of situation?
They not. That's another conversation. We'll talk about him next week. But send us home.
Man, it's playoff football. It's crazy. Like, bro, playoffs this week alone has been crazy. We got Houston moving on, and they'll be playing either Baltimore or Kansas City, depending on who wins between Buffalo and Pittsburgh. We got Detroit, and we got Green Bay. They both moved on. And now what we're waiting for is the Week 3 rematch. Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, in Tampa, wild card round. Before we go, do me a favor. Let's get a prediction. What you thinking?
I don't do predictions. I don't even want to think about it. I think it's probably gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a close one. I think it's probably gonna be a close, but not too close.
Close, but not too close.
Yeah.
Oh man, he don't want to do prediction.
Nah.
You know what?
I'm not gonna do it to myself.
I ain't gonna do it to myself either. I have an idea, but like, you know what though? To me, Tampa, they're playing with house money. Philadelphia, they got all the pressure in the world right now. Philadelphia is it's pressure either bursts pipes or creates diamonds, and right now we gonna see exactly how that's gonna shake out. But you know who it is? It's your boy Westside Izzy Peasy in the building, and
it has been a show about nothing. We are out of here. Peace.